Hello guys, and welcome to another discussion video. And earlier today, they had the Pokemon Presents, and something really interesting and unexpected was revealed. Well, at least unexpected for me, because I didn't really expect it to happen until next year. But they've actually revealed the next generation of Pokemon. I was not expecting it to happen this year. I was expecting 2023, and since we got, like, Legends Arceus just a month ago, it really seems interesting that we're gonna get new games coming this November, or at least around that time, the holiday season, but just overall, it actually looks interesting. I do have some concerns, which I'll get into in a bit, but overall, it actually seems like they're going to be improving the formula, using a lot of elements from Legends Arceus and kind of improving the formula of the base games, and just overall, it actually looks pretty good. Like, graphically, it definitely looks better. It still kind of looks rough. Like, some of the textures look a little rough. The Pokemon textures definitely look improved, but just, like, the environments, they definitely look really good in this game, but I do think it needs a little bit of polish, and I do think that could possibly happen in the next few months, but it already looks better than Sword and Shield and Legends Arceus, even in that first trailer there, which is pretty promising. And I'm hoping they were just developing this alongside Legends Arceus and maybe, like, having a different team develop this game. That's probably what they were doing. But just overall, it looks really good. I want to get my concerns out of the way first, because this is really not that long after Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus just was released last month, and it was also revealed, like, in-house with Game Freak and everything, so yeah, it's still being developed, and everything. It might be, like, a different team, as I was saying earlier, but it's kind of concerning. Like, there might be some features that are left out, there might be content problems, but I'm keeping an open mind. I'd honestly have to say, this looks good. Like, it doesn't, like, even though there's some rough edges, it definitely looks good. It definitely looks better than anything I've seen from Pokemon games on the Switch, other than New Pokemon Snap. Like, any mainline Pokemon games on the Switch. It definitely looks really good. The textures actually look pretty good on the Pokemon, as I was saying. But yeah, I am a little concerned with how everything will be fleshed out. Like, I'm worried that there will be issues with the gameplay and everything like that. I just still am cautiously optimistic. Even though it is pretty exciting, I still have some cautious optimism here, because, like, I mean, coming so soon after Legends Arceus, and after all that happened during Pokemon Sword and Shield, I do still have a lot of concerns, and I really do hope these games come out well like Legends Arceus did, even though Legends Arceus, was actually, like, even though it had some graphical problems, it's actually my favorite Pokemon game now, and it's really fun, and the gameplay is really good, and most things about Legends Arceus are actually really good, so I'm pretty hopeful for Scarlet and Violet. And another thing about this game is that it's confirmed to be open world, which is really nice to hear, because Legends Arceus was technically open world. It wasn't fully open world, but I guess, like, by technicality, like, it does have really big open areas, but they are kind of segmented. So it was confirmed that Scarlet and Violet is going to be one big open world, and I hate to make this comparison, but it's going to be like Breath of the Wild, like one full big open world. So it actually stated in the press release to say, trainers can explore an open world where various towns with no borders blend seamlessly into the wilderness. Pokemon can be seen everywhere in this wide open world, in the skies, in the sea, and on the streets. So this basically confirms that it's going to be one big open world, even the towns and cities. So that's really promising, and that might mean we might get, like, a change in the formula overall. Like, I mean, Legends Arceus already did that, but that was more of something a little different. Like, the progression was much different in that game. But I feel like they might combine, like, a lot of the elements from Arceus along with traditional Pokemon. Like, we might get gyms. Well, I mean, obviously, we're probably gonna have gyms, in, like, each of the towns and everything. So I'm wondering, like, what if they do a system kind of like Breath of the Wild with the Divine Beasts in that game, where you could actually complete the gyms in a random order. I think that would be really interesting, and I know a problem with that is that, like, all of them could be easy, so, like, progression can happen, but I'm thinking maybe if you complete a certain number of gyms, the difficulty will go up, which is what I think will possibly happen if they go that route of, like, completing gyms in a random order. And I think doing, like, different tasks in a random order is definitely really good for, like, open world games, because that's basically what they did in Breath of the Wild, and I really hope they do that here, and I also hope they have other objectives, like Legends Arceus had. It would be nice to get a lot of side quests, like Legends Arceus had, because there was a lot of them. Like, I mean, I couldn't even, like, complete half of them. There's, like, so many, like, in the village and different places, so I think that would be nice to see in this game, and just, I would like to see, like, crafting return, and also the battle system in, like, in catching Pokemon. I'd really like to see that system return. I mean, I'm not going to be completely disappointed if the old system, like from Sword and Shield and before, returned, where you just do it in battle. But, like, I think it would be much better if it was more engaging, and you actually threw the Pokeball, like, out in the overworld and everything, and all the battling takes place in the overworld. I know in some areas they would have to have separate screens, or unless they actually adapt the environments to be able to battle Pokemon basically everywhere, but I think it would work much better with, like, an open, especially a fully open world game, to have, like, actual battles in the overworld, kind of like how Legends Arceus had it. So, just overall, it looks really good. I also want to talk about the starters. I really like the starters. Like, there's Sprigatito, which is like a little cat. It's like the grass type. Then Fuecoco, which is the fire Pokemon, and then Quaxley, which is basically kind of like a water type duck. I kind of like the Sprigatito the most. I kind of like that one out of all of them. They all have really good designs. I've seen, like, a little bit of controversy with the designs of the starters, but I feel like that happens every time. I feel like they basically grow on people as time goes on, so we'll just have to see how these starters, like, sit with people. But overall, I like them. I think they look nice. I actually like them better than Gen 8's starters. I mean, like, Gen 8 had decently good starters, but I feel like these feel a little more memorable, I think. I mean, not, like, Twitter doesn't really agree, but, like, I definitely think, in my opinion, that they look a little more memorable and a little more unique. So, overall, I'm cautiously optimistic. I think it looks good. There could definitely be some problems with it, so I'm just making sure I kind of have that in mind, so I'm not completely disappointed if there's, like, a lot of problems with the game. But so far, it looks promising. I'm excited about it. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye.